Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're about an hour-ish to the west of Panama City Beach here in one of the most highly sought after gated neighborhoods in Destin. It's called Destin East and it is absolutely gorgeous. Take a look at this neighborhood. I love the paved roads or cobblestone, however you want to call them. I've heard it called both ways, but look at this property that we're touring today. This is 12 St. Bart's, and thank you, Jen, and I'm gonna forget it. I took a note, thank God, and Paige with Compass Realty for allowing me to showcase your property on Life on 30A. For all of you guys that are new to the channel, I'm AJ Baduk, your original Life on 30A real estate agent here with Emerald Group, servicing all the areas from Panama City Beach to Pensacola, or Pensacola to Panama City Beach, depending on which direction you like to go. Let me turn this around. I want you to have a better view of the front of the property because it really is beautiful, and sometimes, you know, the front of the house speaks to people. So we've got some beautiful landscaping over here to divide the properties. And here she is, 12 St. Bart's. Beautiful 3-story home. Grand entranceway. You do have plenty of space for at least 2 vehicles here in the driveway and then 2 more here in the garage. And then of course your spot over here for your golf cart. And you could even fit another one right behind it. All right. I love grand entryways. It just makes me feel so fancy. Here we are. So on this first floor, we're going to have a couple of the bedrooms. How cute is this little bar area? So like I said, we're going to have 3 stories. The first story is going to have some bedrooms, and then the middle story, I believe, has 1 bedroom. And also your kitchen, living room, dining area. Check this out. Usually I don't show the pool right off the bat, but I think for you guys and today, we're just gonna look at the pool right now. I forgot to hit the button, you guys. Always hit this button before going to the pool. Well, I did hit it. It just wanted to be annoying anyways. They're the worst. I do it every time, is why I can't hear anything. Anyways, how gorgeous is this? And we do have 2 bedrooms here, which is really cool. And you'll see them both when we go back inside, but we've got 1 bedroom here and then another bedroom over here. And they both have their own dedicated accesses, so they can just come straight out here to the pool area. And look, you don't see the road back here almost at all until you come out this way. But this is pretty cool to know though, because there is an access. You can see right over here, that's the Destin East entryway. So you can cross this road and you have a huge beach access right over here, Miramar Beach, and there's tons of beach there. Why is this important? Well, I'm going to tell you as I walk back to the door to make sure that I'm not actually locked out, but I shouldn't be because it doesn't have a keypad entrance. Yeah, no, we're good. So there's a whole lot of beach drama going on in a lot of areas where beachfront property owners are trying to claim the sand and say that it's their beach, no one else can have access and whatever, super miserable people, right? But here you have a ton of space for the beach right here on Miramar Beach, which is just the most beautiful beach. It's really and truly breathtaking. And yes, different beaches have different feels to them. So if you're like coming from Texas and you've been to Galveston or something, and you're like, I know what a beach is. No, that's not a beach, honey. So over here, we even have different beaches from Panama City Beach all the way to Pensacola. My favorites are pretty much right along 30A, so Grayton Beach, and then once we come a little bit further west, Miramar Beach, I love them. And then Henderson is also close by. I love the Henderson Beach as well. They're very well maintained, great sand, and great colored waters. Typically, we have had quite a bit of June grass this year and algae, which doesn't seem to want to go anywhere for some reason. It just wants to stick around. I guess it loves the area as much as we do. But we have tons of access right over here, and we have some great vendors that offer like beachfront bonfires. I was walking the beach the other day with my boyfriend, and they were having a beachfront There were 2 bonfires going and a wedding, and it was like the most incredible sunset. Absolutely beautiful. Just come check it out. But I want to show you some more. Look at this entire area here. We've got this beautiful hedge providing tons of privacy. So you can be out here in your hot tub or hanging out in the pool. If you're like me and you're like, I didn't get my body ready for a beach body for the summertime, and you're like, I don't want everybody staring at me, then this is perfect. You can still lay out, get some sun, get a tan, and not have everybody judging you. I say that, nobody's judging you when you go to the beach and you're not in shape. Listen, it's gonna beep again. Sorry, y'all. God, it's so loud. Okay, we're back. And if they are, who cares? They're miserable. Go to the beach anyways. Enjoy yourself. You're not going to the beach for anyone else but yourself, so don't worry about what they think. All right, let's check out the other bedroom. So again, we have the main entrance and this bar area. Yes, it's warm out there and I'm walking and talking, so I'm a little bit out of breath. I'm sorry, don't judge me, y'all. I already said I was out of shape. But you get this great view and great access to the pool from both locations. How awesome is that? And they're very sizable rooms too, which I absolutely love. Check out this flooring. I think this is hardwood flooring, and then we've got some natural stone for the tile over there in the entryway. We do have some massive storage here in this. Look at this. This is just one of the closets where they have a bed in it because the closets are so big. I don't know if I told you guys, this is a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom house with 3,600 square feet. 3,600 for 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. That means there is a ton of square footage in these bedrooms and tons of storage. You have a great footprint for just feeling very comfortable. So if you wanted it for yourself or if you wanted to rent it out, it's gonna feel really spacious. Let's see some more. Okay, so through here, we do have an ensuite bathroom. And how much do you love these arches? Because I love them so much. Anytime there are arches in a property, I feel like I'm at home. I do have some Mediterranean blood in my lineage, and I guess it just sticks around. Huge laundry room, super convenient to the bedrooms. And you have a sink on this side just in case. So if you've got kids like mine who like to splatter their popsicle all over their shirt, yeah, this is perfect. I need that in my house. Okay, we're gonna come back around this way. Even though I probably should have gone the other way, but I wanted to show you this bathroom. This room does not have an ensuite, but there is a bathroom right here. Super convenient. Again, with these arches that I love. And the shower. And this is perfect because not only does that 1 bedroom without an ensuite have super easy access to this, but you also have super easy access to the pool from this location. So let's say you were swimming in the pool and then you really wanted to use the restroom, you could just run right around and not have to worry about dragging pool water throughout the house. You do have an outdoor shower here, so you can rinse the chlorine off first if you wanted to before getting into the shower. And you do have access here from the front. So if you had friends coming and you're like, hey, don't go through the house, just park in the drive and meet us out back, you can absolutely do that. Something that's really cool about that is if you don't necessarily want a bunch of people in your house, but you want them to come over so you can hang out with them, obviously by the pool, because hello, you can just have them come right around like I just said. They don't need to come through the house. Maybe you haven't cleaned up yet and you're like, hey, I really want to see you, but don't go in my house, I'm embarrassed by it. You just have them come around the side. This part is really cool. So we have this really cool archway here too. And this is actually going to be the laundry room, which goes all the way around to that bedroom. I always love these finishes. I left this door closed and I didn't come around this way because a breeze definitely occurs. And I was on the phone earlier and I had left both doors opened and I left this one just cracked just a little bit. And then I started to hear it go, It's like creeping me out just thinking about it. There's nothing wrong with this house. It's just, you know, it's creepy when that happens. And even though you know that it's from a breeze that is present from the air conditioning, you're just like, I don't like it. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only one. Let's get out of there though. So now we're at the second floor. And how beautiful is this? We do still have a bedroom on this floor, which is great. But this is all your living space. This is a huge footprint. This living room has so much space and yet feels so cozy. And then we have the dining space right here. And then the kitchen, which I absolutely love. You don't see this color in cabinetry all that frequently, but I'm absolutely in love with it. And I love the built-in double ovens and the microwave, even though I never ever use a microwave. I still love it. And the backsplash of this like, almost like a glass abalone shell. Love it. And I love that they've continued the natural stone floors along with the natural wood floors. It just feels very zen. I don't feel like that's a real adjective, but we're gonna use it as one. You're welcome. And check out this balcony. This balcony is massive. So much room for activities out here. And you've got a great view of the pool. So if the little ones are down there, you don't necessarily need to be down there with them if they're old enough, and you can just be hanging out, watching them play, listening to them play, whichever. And you do have a Gulf view right here. I don't know if you can see it very well in the video, but that's the Gulf right there. That's the beach. Pretty awesome. Love it. Oh, hey, look, this actually wraps around a little bit. I didn't notice it before. It might not go very far, but yeah, that's it. Still cute. The things you notice when you take your time. All right, so what I love about this particular layout here on the second floor is that we have the kind of openness while still having separated and delineated spaces. This is obviously for the dining room, this is obviously for the kitchen, and this is obviously for the living room. That seems to be something that people are just wanting right now, is they want those delineated spaces while still having an open feel. And I even think that this kitchen takes it a step farther because we have, you know, this countertop that kind of separates the kitchen from everything else while still allowing you to be a part of all of the conversation because it's so open on the top here. Also, these ceilings, I don't know, what are these, like 9 feet, 9 or 10 feet? 9 probably. They feel really good and spacious, so lots of room for, you know, creative energy. You don't feel, you know, weighted down. Just very, very beautiful in here. I love all the shapes. And we do have, like I said, one bedroom here. Let me flip you around. We saw some owner's closets downstairs. We've got another one here, and then we have a guest bedroom here. Great size, by the way. This is a full bed, and this is a full as well. And then we do have direct access to the restroom straight from here, or we can access this bathroom from this hallway here. This is super convenient because that means that if everybody is hanging out here in the living room, kitchen area, and they need to use the restroom, they don't have to worry about walking through somebody's bedroom in order to get to the restroom, or vice versa. If you've got guests and they're hanging out in the bedroom, maybe it's sleep time, and they want to use the restroom, they don't want to walk out into like the kind of public space to use the restroom. They have direct access from the room, and it does have a lockout from within the bathroom. So really solid floor plan. Check this out. We're on the third floor now. How beautiful is this? This is what you're welcomed by, these fixtures here. And this third floor is specifically for the master. This room is absolutely massive. And it's got its own balcony. I believe it's the same size as the other. Let's check it out. Oh, maybe not quite. Helps if you unlock it, huh? But still, huge. There's plenty of room out here. You can put two sets of seating stuff out here, one seating area over here, another seating area over here. So if you guys are fighting, you can sit on opposite sides without having to talk to each other. Just kidding, don't get that mad. Don't go to bed angry, life is short. Okay, but check out this view. I'm trying to find it through the trees. I know there's a Gulf view, like a peekaboo view over here somewhere, but we have this beautiful tropical oasis right here in your backyard that you can just check out and enjoy. And even this view of the properties behind you is not bad. I love the tile roofs, very Mediterranean. Again, that just makes my heart happy. And then how cute are these? I know it's just such a simple thing to have these designs here in the iron railings, but having them cast these shadows down on the floor too, I just love it. It gives it a little extra je ne sais quoi. All right, let's check out this master bathroom. If the other stuff wasn't Mediterranean enough, I mean, look at these tiles. How beautiful is this? And I love these light fixtures. Oh, I hadn't even noticed the design across the fronts. I love this. And you've got, again, his and hers separated stuff, but remember what I told you. Now remember when I said that there was, I'll show you this first. There was another closet that had room for a bed? Yeah, here it is. This is how massive this closet is here. Now, obviously, you know, this property is being used as an Airbnb and they want, you know, as many beds as possible. So that's what this is. However, like, hear me out. If you were going to use it yourself, you could turn this into a nursery, or if you didn't have small children, you could absolutely put a bunch of built-ins in here and make a wonderful space here. We've got beautiful walk-in shower. I love how the shower tile matches the floor tiles here. And then, of course, your water closet. Nice and private, the way it should be. Oh, hey guys. All right. I'm going to set you guys up downstairs and talk to you a bit about what kind of amenities come with Destin East when you purchase here. And we're also going to go over some other questions that I've been getting quite a bit. I absolutely love when you guys reach out to me. So thank you so much for all the calls, texts, and emails. And if this is your first time to the channel, welcome. If this is a repeat time for you, thanks for sticking around. I appreciate you guys. And I love talking to y'all and helping y'all find your dream homes out here or investment properties. But in any case, we're going to go over hurricanes, insurance, and what the market is doing along with the amenities here. So I'll be right back. All right, so here we are back in the kitchen area. I always look for kind of a pretty place to have these conversations with you guys because I want to enjoy my time in the space as well. And I just thought this was a beautiful direction to be looking. And I just love the kitchen. Don't y'all even say it. All right, so I do have a cheat sheet here because there's no way I can always remember stats about every single property. But let's talk about the HOA fees, how much this property is listed for, and all the amenities. And then we'll go into all the other things that I told you about. So if this property does have an HOA of $850 per quarter, and there is a new buyer's fee of $566.67. And as far as amenities, there's a clubhouse, a fitness center, 2 community pools, tennis courts, playgrounds, a movie theater, and private beach access. That's amazing. All for $850 per quarter. My HOA is not much less than that. We don't have private beach access. I'm just going to say. All right, so let's talk about hurricanes insurance in the market, right? So yes, we're here in Florida. Yes, you saw the Gulf is right there. So absolutely, hurricanes is a thing. But like I like to tell people, our hurricanes are on Florida time. You know, they're beach goers too, clearly, or beach originators, you know, whichever. And we get like a whole week of them saying, hey, I'm going to be knocking on your door in like a week or so. It's a very, very kind, albeit unwelcome guest. So at least they give us some notification up front, as opposed to an earthquake or a tornado that's like, hey, I'm here, I'm coming in, and you have no time to hide or to get lost. We're here. So If I had to choose between what type of natural disaster I was going to potentially deal with, I'm good with the one that gives me enough notice that I can take an ad hoc vacation wherever I want for a week and then come back and deal with whatever the aftermath is. So here's the thing. For me, if it's looking scary like a Cat 2 or above, I'm going to leave the area. And it's mostly because I'm just kind of bougie and I don't want to deal with living in Florida in the humidity without my AC or without being able to take a hot shower. Yes, hot showers even in the summer with the humidity, don't care. I was in the Army for 12 years and with my stints in Iraq and Afghanistan, I promised myself I don't have to take cold showers anymore. So I don't. I'm going to go on vacation with my daughter and I'm going to have a hot shower and potable water. So very, very simple. Your presence at your house is not going to save it from being utterly destroyed, but your absence will save you from being utterly destroyed and your family. So kind of weigh the pros and cons here. There are a whole lot of things that have been developed to take care of a property in the event of a hurricane. We've got these amazing accordion shutters that you can get that are fantastic. They've got these long like mesh noodles with stuff in them. I don't know what it is, but it's magic. It soaks up the water without letting it get into your house. Pretty awesome. So much easier than sandbags, golly. But all of that to say, I'd rather deal with a hurricane, and yes, we get them. If you have more questions about that, please hit me up. Seriously, I talk to you guys all the time. If you're a new person that hasn't talked to me yet, I'm very approachable. Just send me a text or an email or find me on Facebook, as a lot of you seem to do, and I'm here for you. Let's talk about insurance. Well, because we do have these hurricanes, yes, insurance is a thing. And if you happen to be located in a flood zone, then, well, scratch that, in flood zone AE or below, basically not flood zone X, then yes, you're going to be required to pay for flood insurance. So all of Florida is basically a flood zone, right? We're in Florida. We're in Peninsula, out in the water. However, if you're in flood zone X, you don't require flood insurance. If you're below that, if your contour lines are showing that you're below that floodplain, then you're going to need flood insurance. And that's essentially a whole nother insurance. So it doubles your homeowner's insurance. You're going to have your regular homeowner's insurance, and that's going to cover your hurricanes, all that stuff. But then your flood insurance, essentially insurance against rising water, that's going to be a completely different, not plan, words. You know what I'm talking about. It's going to be a whole policy. Thank you. I knew it started with a P. So it's going to be a whole other policy. It's basically going to double your insurance because you've got two of them and it's for the same property. So that will increase it quite a bit. If you're looking at properties here in Florida and you're wondering if that's going to be an issue, you can either check the property appraiser website according to the county, or you can reach out to me and I will help you determine whether the property you're looking at is going to require flood insurance. Is flood insurance or insurance in general hard to get here in Florida? No, we have plenty of vendors that provide insurance here. I don't even know how many properties we sell per year on our team, but it's pretty big, whatever that number is. And we have never sold a property and said, don't get insurance. For one thing, if you're using financing of any sort, then you're going to be required to have insurance. If you're paying cash, we're still going to advise you to get insurance, and we're going to provide you with quotes for insurance for the property. And no, we have not experienced any situation where our clients have been unable to get insurance. So if you're considering Florida and you want some rough numbers, in my experience, I'm seeing about 0.75% of a purchase price for insurance. So not quite 1% of the purchase price, it's a bit lower than that. But it's still it can be a big number depending on the type or the purchase price of the property. Now, what about the market? So let's talk about the market here, specifically in this part of Destin, specifically talking about houses. So as far as active listings, right now there are 122 properties for sale right now, specifically houses here in this area. Their average price is right at $2 million with an average size of 2,996 square feet. That puts us at an average of $608 per square foot. And currently they've been on the market for an average of 185 days with an average price change of 7.6%. So they had their original list price, and on average they've come down about 7.6%. So what about what's actually pending right now? The average price of those pending is 1.31 million. That's a pretty big gap, going from what's active, 2 million, to what's actually currently under contract at 1.31. The average size is a bit lower though, 2,553 square feet with an average price of $513 per square foot. So it's almost $100 less per square foot, also significantly less square footage, with an average days on the market of 58 days. So that's a pretty big gap. So basically the properties that are a little bit higher, that 2 mil area, they're sitting a bit longer than the ones that are priced a bit lower. Now, what's actually sold in the past 90 days? We've got 98 houses, and the average sold price was 1.64, with the average size being 2,709 square feet, with an average square footage of 538 square footage, with a list to sold ratio of 95%, with an average days on market 103 days. So what is that showing us? So what was selling, it was taking it a little bit longer. They were higher priced, 108 days versus 58 days, 1.64 million versus 1.3 million, and the size was a bit bigger. So they were larger properties, and they were selling for a bit more, but they were also taking longer to sell. So right now, the prices that are a bit lower, that 1.3, they're selling for faster right now. Obviously, I don't know what they've officially sold for. We won't know until they actually close to see where we're going. But the next time I do a market update on this area, we'll have those numbers to see which way the market is going. It's clearly showing a sort of downward trend going from 1.64 to 1.31. But then remember, days on market, 103 versus 58. So now, I didn't give you the price of 12 St. Bart's Bay, or 12 St. Bart's, I'm sorry. So this property is currently listed at $2 million. Remember I said it had 3,600 square feet. So that means we're at $555 per square foot versus what's pending is at $513 per square feet, or per square foot, and what has sold at $538 per square foot. So we're a little bit higher than what was being, or what has closed in the past 90 days, and a bit more higher, I don't know how to say that, even higher still than the ones that are currently on the market but under contract. So in this market, we're seeing definitely two different types of sellers right now. We're seeing kind of polar opposites. We've got some sellers that are in a really great position, or maybe even in a bad position where they're like, I can't make less than this, or I don't want to make less than this. And they're like, I will not take less than even what I've got it listed for. And even that's going to be hard to negotiate. Versus other sellers that are like, I don't care, just get rid of it. I want to move on with my life. And so this has definitely been, for the past, I would say probably 6 months now, it's been a great market for buyers to come in with crazy offers and still be able to get what they want. The problem is what's on the market now for, I don't know if I would say a vast majority, but there is a significant percentage of sellers that are on the market right now that purchased within the past 3 years roughly, that don't have a whole lot of equity to play with when it comes to what they're going to sell for, because most people don't have the ability to come to the table with a ton of money just to offload their property. I've seen it. I'm working with this buyer right now. We've put in 5 offers and the sellers don't have a whole lot of negotiation room. And my buyers are like, nope, because they already have a house out here. I'm not stressed for them because they don't need to buy, but they would like to buy something else. So no stress on my end for them. They're not going to be homeless. But it just shows that there are quite a few properties where the sellers just don't have a whole lot of wiggle room. And so they're unable to negotiate as far as buyers would like them to. Then on the same hand though, some of those offers that we made, I would say 3 out of the 5 were multiple offer situations. And 2 out of the, well, they were all lowball offers, but 3 out of the 5 offers were in multiple offer situations. So we are seeing a little bit more of a buyer presence in the market, where before it was, I would say before it was a bit more in favor of the sellers, and now we're kind of seeing a little bit of a cool off. We're seeing some more buyers come in. That's giving the sellers a little bit more opportunity to negotiate a little bit harder than they were before, whereas buyers could get just about everything they wanted before. Now sellers are like, no, I've got, you know, someone else interested. Even on a couple of my properties, I've had multiple offers where it was like, no, we're not even considering your offer. We've got something outstanding over here. So just keep that in mind. I do think that the tables are going to continue to turn, and maybe by like springtime, it will be a better time to list a property, which means now is the better time to buy. So just keep that in mind. If you guys haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button and ding the bell so that you get notified every time I do another video. And if you're just feeling really sleepy and you just need some noise to fall asleep to, you can watch another one of my videos up over here. And I will just see y'all at the next one. Bye.